Good morning, it's Stitch Along Friday at the Victoria Sampler. I know that you are there. At some point you will show up. And in the meantime, I am going to just chat a little bit because I always like to wait for a few minutes before I start because it takes a little while before people jump on board. So welcome to our live stream. We do this every Friday morning, or I do this every Friday morning, just to connect with my stitchers and all of you who are out there who are either interested in the Victoria Sampler patterns or just want to find out some more stuff that what we're doing on the VS chat group, the Victoria Sampler chat group. So anyway, here we are. I am just making sure that I can see all your comments. Hello, good morning, Joanna. Very good to see you. And also Lisa, good morning. Marty, good morning, good morning. And there's Petra as the Victoria Sampler. Petra is the one that actually does a lot of the, we'll call it social media, basically letting people know what's happening and posting to our general business Victoria Sampler page in Facebook and also elsewhere, as far as I understand. But her expertise has been much appreciated because people start to know what we're up to. And here in the Victoria Sampler chat group, what we're doing is we're connecting with people because this is our community. I'm so happy that I'm able to be here and just lead the discussion a little bit. I kind of wish that we had more opportunity. I've said this before, opportunity for you to talk. But those of you who are either listening because you're in your car or you're shopping or you've arrived here because you didn't know that there was such a thing and you just clicked on it, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Let's see who else there is. Okay, looks like that's okay, Petra, no problem. Lisa says she's taking a break between packaging orders. It's so good because the orders that are being sent out are the kits, and I believe they're going to be all done by, like, I think probably, well, the majority will be out today in the by today in the mail, and then I think there might be a few small ones left over on Monday, but I just checked with Lisa and I think that's what she said. So the kits are just about ready, or just about in the mail, which from what I understand from the mail now, it used to take up to 2 weeks. So keep that in mind. However, it can also take as little as 5 to 7 days. So we're crossing our fingers that this is the way the mail goes these days with USPS and any other mails. Those of you who are not in Canada or the US may have to wait a little bit longer, but you will get your kits. And if you have ordered leaflets, they will be starting to be sent out next week. So you too will be in the happy people that have ordered, pre-ordered, and have been waiting and waiting and waiting. We get it. It's really not fun to have to wait, but we're very grateful to have been able to make these kits for you as a kind of an idea that we had so that there would still be some kits being made. But I have to say, you know, I'm semi-retired. We don't have a lot of inventory. So this was a special occasion that we managed to get a whole new system working, that this worked. And it was a little bit fraught with a few incidents, but we managed. And I think we're only about 5 days later than we said we would be. So way to go. And especially Lisa for all the work she's done. Renee, good morning. Donna Granger from sunny, oh, it's sunny here too, Donna. I just love this sunshine. At the end of September, I said to my chiropractor yesterday, because he is a First Nation. I said, oh, I just love this First Nations summer. And he looked at me and then he went, I never heard it called that way. And he actually was very pleased. So I'm not going to call it what it used to call it. I'll call it First Nation summer. And September being so warm and sunny on this part of the continent. But I just heard about Helena. I'm not quite sure how to say it, but there's a hurricane brewing over Florida. So those of you who are in Florida or up the coast there, I'm going to hope that you are in a good position and that you are able to weather this incredible storm. I was looking, it said that it can go up to, in category 4, it can go up to 140 miles per hour, which because we're not using miles per hours in Canada anymore, to us, that doesn't have as much impact. But as soon as I read that it was 225 kilometers an hour, I went, oh no, I've never experienced winds like that. And I don't think that our little place here would do very well with those kinds of winds. So wishing you, all of the people, and not just in Florida, but north of that, safety in the next little while. And those of you who are not in Florida, you can be grateful, I'm sure. Let's see now. Milady says hello to you too. And let's see who else is here, because it's all really, really nice. Marty's talking to Joanna. That's perfect. I wanted to say it again. Yes, your haunted house is outstanding, Joanne. I am so impressed with your stitching and also your speed. So way to go, Marty. Great shout out. Jean Morrison, good morning, everybody from cloudy Atlanta. A lot of rain, hardly any wind. Okay, this is good. We'll cross our fingers for you. Thank you for letting us know you are okay. And Jennifer Wright, good morning from central Wisconsin. Well, it's good to have you all here. And yes, we have a number of people on our list to give another shout out to, because even though Marty mentioned Joanna, I also wanted to mention Rachel, who did the Heirloom Treasures pillow, and she did it all in blues, and it is stunning. I've never seen any machine embroidery on our counted even weave material, but it looks fine. In fact, I was quite shocked to see how well it looked. And then it looked like what Rachel did was she backstitched around the outside of her lettering so that it would stand out a bit more from the background. Honestly, it's beautiful the way she's done that. So shout out to you, Rachel, and also Dorothy's Thanksgiving samplers coming right along. Gorgeous. Beautiful colors. And yeah, I love little tiny petite crosses too, mainly because I love what happens when the picture starts forming. And I don't mind going back and forth because I use a frame that holds my fabric, and so I can actually go back and forth with my one hand underneath and one hand on top. And it actually, I kind of like it, particularly if there's a good show on and I can listen like a radio show. Anyway, well done, Dorothy. And I've got Joanna on the list, of course, from the front of her turret. Way to go. Nancy, she did the hardanger. Let's see, double. Oh, yes. Nancy, you did the September cottage, and I thought it was on Ada, but it's not. It's on hardanger fabric because it's got the little double threads. And so it must be a 22 count fabric that you're using as though it were Ada, which means that the piece itself is basically on 11 count, I think. Anyway, you can confirm or deny this. It means that there are 11 stitches per inch, but no matter what, you did a very nice job. And I know that you're transposing some of the stitches so that you can still do the pattern, but it is not on a regular even weave, and that's absolutely fine. And it looks really nice. Way to go. And New Brunswick, way to go too. That's so cool that you did New Brunswick Heart and you did Nova Scotia I think it was last week. Was it only last week that I was at Lisa's? I think so. That is stunning. It just feels like a whole 2 weeks have gone by. But it's true. I think last week was when I was still in Port Alberni, and we set up this funny little place where in Lisa's mom's house, and we actually talked into my laptop, which was absolutely fine. I'm so glad that I was able to do a stream with Lisa again. It was just so nice to be able to be together, Lisa. Just had such a great time. Your place is just gorgeous. Gabor's, the prolific Gabor, has been stitching up a storm. I guess it's not as warm in the summer. He always used that. You always use that as an excuse or a reason why you didn't stitch very much this summer. So way to go. And Marty, your sugar and lace, oh, it's so beautiful. Particularly the colors and the finishing. Those ribbons, I mean, it's just exquisite. And I think you are seeing that there are a lot of people there who really like that particular rendition of Sugar and Lace. Well done. I know there's another one coming, so I'm excited. And CJ, Renaissance Lace, on your what I used to call a prunkroll. That is a Dutch word, and it means pride roll. In other words, it's a very long, narrow thing. You roll it up, and it's called a prunkroll in Dutch. So I remembered the name finally after a long time, and I thought that I would do one day, and I haven't done it yet. I haven't designed one yet, so yours is going to look beautiful. I love the colors. That picture with the purpley Renaissance lace, more like a pink, dark pink. I understand that that wasn't actually the colors. Your colors are 814 or 15, which is more like a deep red. But it would be good next time to use natural lighting instead of artificial lighting. Just a hint to the wise, because taking photographs of your needlework is so important to get the colors somewhat right. Okay, so let's see who else is here. Jennifer writes, yes, absolutely. Oh, you're making apple tart? No, Margaret, I love apple tart. Oh, and I have a great recipe also in my Dutch cookbook that my mom gave me. So I'm just thinking about you and hoping that yours turns out as good as the ones in the Dutch bakeries. That's such a delicious flavor. Well done. Have fun making it and especially eating it. Leslie, good, very early morning from Australia. Hello from Australia, from Victoria, BC. Joanne, your sugar plum is gorgeous, she says. And Petrus is sending love to all of those affected by Helene, especially those in hard-hit coastal areas. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Yes, absolutely, because no matter what, people are going to be affected by this huge, wide storm. And Lisa is just listening and making boxes, so she is actually still shipping. There's true dedication, Lisa. Thank you so much for going through all that. Excellent. And doing so much in this week, particularly, so to get it out, all the boxes out as fast as possible. Well done. Let's see, who else? You're right, it's only been a week. I know, I agree. Ellen says, good morning to everyone from Mallorca. Oh, I just love it that you've gone to Mallorca. I've been there myself, and it's beautiful there. Enjoy your stay and your vacation, Ellen. Thank you for even coming in and saying hello. And yeah, I've been talking about doing a brunk roll for quite a while. That's right. So this is the interaction between all of us, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what is next for us. Actually, September is almost over, so we're kind of gearing up for October. There's going to be an October different sale on next week. There's going to be, I think there's going to be some, yes, a free pattern for the October cottage. It's almost ready to go, so that'll be revealed and given to you next week. What else is happening next week? I think we've got some ideas. Oh, yeah. So I believe that, and I'm not sure, so I have to be careful what I announce, but hopefully you have seen the poll that was taken here in the Victoria Sampler Facebook page, not this page, but the Victoria Sampler Facebook page, which is the business page on Facebook. And if you have, also watch out for anything else that's happening there fairly soon. And if so, if you participate, we will love it. So hopefully it will come about this week. Not quite sure. And Margaret says, for my old Dutch cookbook, exactly. It's got to be the right one. And you've got to use real butter. September is ending fast. Next week we get the October cottage. Exactly. Yes. And by the way, I'm so grateful also that I've got comments here again, that I can see them and I can respond to you. Makes it everything so much better. So these are the kits that are going out for the spooky treats, and this is really, I think you'll have this in time to at least be stitching it during the Halloween season, we'll call it, because I sort of feel that almost all of October is Halloween season. However, in Canada, our Thanksgiving is in October, before Halloween, as I recall. Not exactly sure of the date this year. But so it's kind of like topsy-turvy to the American Thanksgiving, which is after Halloween. So in honor of all of our Canadian stitchers, I wanted to show you our Thanksgiving sampler, because Dorothy's working on hers and you're getting a really good view of that. But you can also see how Lisa has finished it. finished hours, the one that I stitched. So as you can see, the year has, let's see if I can just see what it says there. The year has turned its circle. The seasons come and go. The harvest all is gathered in, and chilly north winds blow. And I guess in Canada, our Thanksgiving is earlier, and it's going to get chilly. Orchards have shared their treasures. The fields, their yellow strain. I think it's grain. My words are, my lettering is a little bit confusing. So often wide the doorway. Oh, so open wide the doorway, Thanksgiving comes again. I should know this verse because I made it up myself, but I think the old-fashioned text is a little bit hard to read, which is not so bad because, you know, if people come and look at your sampler to try to read it, then they're looking at all the stitches. And I have to say, it's the stitches that I was really interested in as opposed to the words. Anyway, I hope that it's something that Canadian stitchers can also get involved with. And if you are interested, it's something that you can start now in order that you have it ready for your Thanksgiving in America and anywhere else in the world that you want to just be grateful. So, oh, here we go. Our Thanksgiving is the 14th of October. Thank you, Lisa. You guys are so helpful. Aw. That's right. You're going to be editing the October Cottage, and I sure appreciate it. So here's the poll. What's your favorite Halloween design? So please use it. Use the poll and go and answer it. You may not want to do it right this minute, but if you do, we really appreciate it because all it is a quick poll to find out what kind of designs you love. Yeah, you haven't stitched the Thanksgiving sampler yet, Lisa. I didn't realize that. Oh, well, you just, yeah, it's one of those stitches that are going to have to be done because it is really, really nice. You know what I like about it most is what Dorothy said, all the detail work. Like if you look at this, for instance, this, oops, there we go. This turkey took me a long time, as you know, Lisa, because you did all the instructions for it, right? And then also, there's another medallion here with the Horn of Plenty. And both of those are so pretty when the stitches are so dense, tiny and dense. And so it becomes like a miniature, like a little bit old-fashioned because it's a miniature. And I don't know about you, but I love seeing that one. Now, what's the other one? I have another one in here. No, I had one in the Mystic. Yeah, say it again, Taya. Mystic Christmas. I put one in there because it was, actually I put two in there, that's right. The carol singers in one little medallion and also the compass rose in another medallion for the for that sampler, Mystic sampler, Christmas sampler. It's really lovely also. And it's very similar to the Thanksgiving sampler. So keep that in mind for Christmas. It's a duo. Okay, Lisa says, no, not yet. This year I'll be stitching spooky treats. Absolutely. And you've got lots on your plate with your new house. Now that you've got such a big property, you have to look after it all. Honestly, everyone, I just loved visiting her place. A full acre with views of the mountains and in the distance and forest around various areas, and everything is so spacious. I'm jealous of the house too. It's just a gorgeous, it's kind of like a big farmhouse. I think I mentioned it to you. It's really beautiful. So I'm so glad that you ended up in your hometown with your mom there too, and in such a lovely house. The second thing I want to show you today is the pumpkin sampler. So the pumpkin sampler, I shouldn't call it the pumpkin sampler. It's actually the pumpkin farm. And we call it the pumpkin patch sampler, right? So that everyone knows this is the actual farm, pumpkin patch farm. And this particular sampler has lots of detail as well. And it's got, you know, sort of like a corn maze, kind of, sort of, with a, what do you call it, where the tractor is pulling a hayride. That's what it's called. And then these little leaves are one of my favorite details of this pattern. and the barn where pumpkins are being not just collected from the fields, but they're also being sold. And this pattern is one of my favorites, and I think it's right up there in that poll. So if you have a look at the poll, you'll see once you've put in your wishes, your 3 favorite Halloween samplers or Halloween patterns, do have a look, because you'll see that it looks like this is one of the top ones. I'm not quite sure what's going to win, but we're going to find out, which will be fun. Pumpkin Patch Farm, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just checking to see what's up. So let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh yes, no, I think I've got all the things that I was actually thinking of to talk about. So has anyone here started on a Halloween sampler besides the one that is started by, let's see, yeah, Joanne, of course, she's doing one, and I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. No, Dorothy's got Thanksgiving sampler going, so thank you for showing your progress reports, Dorothy, because they're really, really good progress pictures. So has anyone started any other Victoria Sampler Halloween designs? I'm just curious if you have already stitched one, or if you're in the process of stitching one prior to Halloween, or if you're just waiting for your spooky treats, because I have a feeling that's what most people are doing. They're waiting for their spooky treats so they can start on that immediately. This will be really good. Pumpkin Patch Farm is number 2 in the poll so far. Oh, okay. Stitchin' Witches. I've got that right here. I wonder if I should show that one too, because it's part of the poll. And it's on my wall right there. Right there, if I can just take it off carefully. So this is Stitchin' Witches, and those of you who know this or have already stitched this understand that it is very much a colorful depiction of these witches, and these witches are good witches. Okay, they're not evil. I was there was a comment at one point where it said, "I'll never stitch anything with witches in it." Thinking, okay, this is not a Wiccan witch. This is not a religious statement. It is literally, these are stitchers who are dressed as witches. They're not actually witches, okay? So if you're interested in doing this one, it is so fun to stitch. I particularly like this middle section where the crows are grabbing, some thread from our stitcher, and the spider webs everywhere, and the black lace. Oh, just so scrumptious. So this one is first, I can't believe, in the poll right now, that is. And as you can see, the Stitchin' Witches are boiling and bubbling. Down below is this really gorgeous lace thing. And I think that the black lace is what really makes this pattern. I'm just going to check to make sure that I'm holding it so that you can see it all. Yeah, I'm holding it correctly. I have to look sometimes at my monitor so I can see that I'm not like doing this and saying, "Isn't this lovely?" Anyway, this pattern was so fun to design. I had more fun with this design perhaps than some of you have stitching it. From my point of view, it was one of those I'm just going to have fun designs, and it kind of basically designed itself. The colors were really fun to mix and match and combine, and as you're stitching it, you're going to find the same thing. It really captures the essence of the Halloween from a stitcher's point of view, not from a firecracker point of view or a scary point of view. It's all very pleasant and stitchy. And of course there's a black cat, which is just, part of the atmosphere, right? So I hope you like that. And I'm going to have to put it up on my wall again, but not right now. So has anyone done any other pictures? I took a picture of my pumpkin patch farm, says Joanna, but I can't upload it on the stream. I understand, because it may be just a bit big. It is my absolute favorite. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Pumpkin Patch Farm is one of my favorites too. I don't know why I like that farm the best, but I think it's all the orange. I went through an orange phase in my life, and everything had to be orange, and I think that it's a power color, makes you feel strong. So I think we all really kind of like those orange pumpkins in the dark of the autumn, as the autumn moves through into winter. Those last bright flashes of color in the fields are just gorgeous. And Lisa says, I have Trick or Treat sampler stitched. I just need to finish it into a bell pull, which I'm hoping to do soon. But Lisa, you have so much time. You're going to have so much time, I should say, in your beautiful new sewing room when you're not sitting out on your deck this winter. So hopefully you'll get lots of finishing done. I hope so. Joanne says, I have scary stitches completed and my book box is painted. Yes, that's so good, because the book box is, I can't believe that you not only have the book box, but, oh, that's right, I know why you have the book box. Sorry, you have it, and that you've painted it. It's so simple to do. The wood of the book box really absorbs the paint, and I have found that I only actually needed one, maybe two coats of the acrylic paint with my foam brush, and the book box comes from Michael's, so hopefully they still have them in stock. I'm not sure if they do. Let's see who else is talking. Do I have the Trick or Treat sampler? Not here. I'm sorry. I will show this next week for sure. I was trying very hard to get all of them here, but I ran out of time. Okay, and let's see who else is there. Leslie Era says, that one is gorgeous. The black lace is beautiful and really stands out. Absolutely. That's from the Stitch and Witches. And also Scary Stitches has the same kind of witches, different colors, and also some of that lace and also some spider webs. So it's actually a companion piece, that book box with the cover on the front. And don't forget, you don't have to make a book box out of it. You can just frame Scary Stitches and it will look lovely. Yep. I can post it in the group for us to see. I will. I definitely will. Thanks for the suggestion, Petra. That's great. So what I'm planning on doing this morning is going out for a little walk, because it is still beautiful out and I don't know how long this beautiful weather will last here. Again, my heart goes out to those of you who don't have beautiful weather or are experiencing some kind of issues where you are. I know that it's not always easy, but I'm grateful for today, because today something good is happening. And it is angel card time. Let's see. Oh, Joanne says it's still in stock at Michael's. Thank you for telling us. That is great, because I haven't looked for it. So good to hear. If you want to do the Scary Stitches as a box, go get your box now, because you'll never know with Michael's whether they, discontinue the book box. And what it is, it's a wooden box that kind of looks like balsa wood, that color. It's got hinges and a magnetic closure. It's about this big, and you open it up, and inside you can line it with some nice bright Halloween colors. But what's so cool is that you can open it up and put some stuff inside, which also comes with the Scary Stitches pattern. So thank you, Joanna. Appreciate it. 2 angel cards this week. You know that. I didn't forget. I think it's time for our angel cards. Is everyone ready? And I'm not trying to look, because it's so easy for me to, there we go. It's so easy for me to think that I've got the right one, and then if I look at it beforehand, and then if I then don't want to show it, that's not very fun. So this is the first one that has come out. I haven't even looked at it yet. Celebrate life. You are doing great. Keep that in your mind all weekend. You are doing great. Actually, life is to be celebrated, no matter whether we're having difficulties or challenges. And I have to say to all of you, I also have difficulties and challenges. We don't talk about those so much when we're in a live stream, but there's also lots of challenges that I'm experiencing, as we all do. It's not something that is, that only happens once in a while and we're fine all the rest of the time. So it's your attitude that makes the difference. Totally. Gratitude is the attitude, right? Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate that. If you, yes, if you'd post a good picture, that'd be great. And then, oh yeah, okay, I can't look. I have to be very careful not to look. This is the second angel card. Okay, I won't look until I read it out to you. And this one says, you are only responsible for your happiness. Oh, it's not actually working very well. Let's see if this works better. There we go. The emphasis is on you, the word your. You are only responsible for your happiness, not all the other people that are in your life. Oh, those are good. Those are really good. Celebrate life. And remember, you're only responsible for your happiness, because that's the only happiness that you can actually affect. So if you'd use gratitude in order to be able to change your attitude to gratitude, I find that really affects my life and my day. So try to look at your world and find something in it that you are grateful for, even if it's adversity. Because sometimes adversity makes us stronger, as the song says. So keep that in mind. I know I do. Another great 2 cards, worth the wait, exactly. Those are good cards for this weekend. And as you know, as soon as the angel cards are out and we've talked a little bit about what's going on, remember there's going to be some changes next week. But this week, we're just working out the last part of September. So wishing you all a really good weekend. Those of you who are sheltering from storms and or other things, I also embrace you with my empathy, and hope that you stay safe and stay well, and make sure that you are all coming through everything as well as you possibly can. So thanks again for joining us. I appreciate it. I do love coming here, and then I also love saying goodbye. I'm going to go off and enjoy this beautiful sunny day. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you, Petra, for being here. And Lisa, thanks again. All of the shipping that you're doing is totally worth it. The Spooky Treats kits are almost all out in the mail, and then the leaflets will be going out next week. So lots of love to everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next Friday with a new cottage for your free cottage patterns. Bye-bye.